All right, good morning, cyber traders. Happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you all on this wonderful, what today's date? Today's the 18th. Oh my God, 1 week till Christmas. Hopefully everybody had had all their fun and got ready for their weekend shopping and stuff like that. Got all their stuff getting ready. I'm still waiting last minute, so don't worry about me. In the meantime, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So regarding what happened over the weekend, we saw what happened with X. Listen, you'll have an opportunity to jump in. So X big buyout announcement came in, $55 a share for that's what they quoted, right? Is that the news that we had out there, Rich? I think that's the news that we're looking at, but I don't know how they figured out that number. We're at 50. But anyway, big buyout over the weekend. You know what's kind of weird? It sounded like more like the Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, remember Twitter got bought out and it was at one number, and then what happened? It went to another number, and they kept raising the price. And like, okay, this is the number, and they kept screwing around with Musk, and they kept raising it. So kind of same thing that happened. Anyway, don't worry about it. There's always more out there. You're supposed to learn from these mistakes. Mistakes are good because if you know why you did them, you won't do them again. But anyway, we had a pretty decent week last week, even though, I mean, we all know what happened. And it's like almost like old news now, what happened on Wednesday regarding last week, regarding about the Fed. And we had that big rally in the market. But I'm not expecting it to be a crazy week. Probably within the next 2 or 3 days, you might get a good action. Market right now is about 65 points. We're going into probably the slowest times of the year. People going on vacation. You got all the holidays coming up. People over here in New York are going to holiday parties a lot. So I expected that to be a crazy market. So let's be a little cautious of what we got going on. We'll listen, we always find something moving. I mean, there are things that are moving, and there are some moving stuff that are moving today. I mean, EDU is even moving up almost $7 too. But talking about what happened yesterday, Friday, we had a pretty couple of decent moves. Uber had a big rally yesterday, and then on Friday, and it backed right off. We're having this stock, ICCT. So this stock, some of you remember it. We traded it back in August. It was this little cheap little 17-cent stock. It ran to $20. It's like almost normal. We see that all the time. It was one of the largest short squeezes that we had of the year. But it was good for a couple of days. It looks like it's moving again. Just be careful. Every time you get these big spikes like that, don't expect it to go up. It might go up to maybe like $3, $4. We'll get a little bit, but it is moving this morning. It's up about 48%. We'll go check out level 4 in the next few minutes. So we'll stick around. But once again, another stock that's picking up from yesterday. Got you. We saw this coming. We told you this was a short squeeze. Stocks can go from $2.50 to $5 in 2 days. It's a 100% move. Here comes the crash. It happened. And this is what happens if you don't know how to get out of it. And listen, you make those mistakes, you jump into it. If you didn't get out when it had that move on, when at 450, you're waking up at 360. And if you don't think it's going to go lower, listen, it's all about following the orders. But it was a good move all week last week, but this is what you have to look out for. And that's why you'll notice when we trade, we're always like, why are you getting out of it? Why are you getting out of it? We don't trust these stocks for anything. Okay, especially when they're big movers like that. They're fun when you're in them. They're good when they rally, but you don't need that 100% move of the day. If you only got 10% of that move, 20% move, you did pretty well. All right, so that's what happened on Friday. So I wasn't expecting. It wasn't really a great afternoon and Friday, but the rest of the week was fine. But there are some things that are moving this morning. I want to start off with the biggest percentage gainer, BMRA. So you can see the stock obviously has a great volume, 10 million shares. It's the #1 biggest active leader right now on the NASDAQ. You can see it. There are some big orders right here that did show up right around here, around $1.40 and so on. So some decent moves right there. Got good support levels. It's got some buying and selling. It's kind of flatlining right here. You could see it's testing some resistance going back in May, June, and August. So listen, because it's on the active list, we're going to put it on here. BMRA. So we're going to keep an eye on that stock right there. ICCT, like I said, that's already the second biggest volume leader. It was from Friday. Now it just made it into this morning. And that's going to be another one. Let me just bring this up really quick. Now, regarding about orders go, I mean, this is 7:45 this morning. You had a lot of buying going on. It's got this big kryptonite right around 264. So you got to be careful right around there. It looks like, that resistance levels from Friday after hours is trickling into this morning. So we'll see how that opens up in the morning. I'm not really crazy about trading it right now, but it's got great volume. 9 million shares is awesome. Another stock that did really good after hours on Friday, ARQT, which is spilling into this morning too. Now, this is the third biggest percentage gainer, but not a lot of big iceberg orders too on that one too. And you could see it. It looks pretty good when you look at a 2-day chart, but when you look at it a 1-day chart, not the greatest. You know, it's actually backing off after 8 a.m. You have program trading that kicks in around 8 a.m., and that's what you have right there. So I'll be really cautious about that one. Going also down the list, this stock, PRSR, 200,000 shares, spreads really, really big. This stock got crushed, okay? Crushed the last couple of days. So you might be getting a dead cat bounce, but if you saw what happened on Friday, it didn't go anywhere. Okay, so regardless how much it's up, doesn't mean anything to us. 18%. Now we're down to 10%. Once we get past 10, we kind of like put the brakes on. I would maybe keep an eye on this stock, SGD. Looks like she just made a little bit of a move this morning. I don't have it on my orders. SGD. Got to look it up over here, see what it looks like. But this stock back in November, nice little stock from 70 cents to $8. So we know this stock has got some pretty crazy volume. I can see we definitely got a big iceberg order. It can't get more obvious than that, right at 224 for 15,000. So, but when you look way down that list on the current order book, which is a level 3 version, not a lot of orders. You're talking very small orders, 100, 300, 1,000. So now, just because it's $2 doesn't mean it makes it a category 1. The stock could be, I would probably automatically by far give it a 3. Okay, minimum of 3. All right, category 3 stock. So we got that one on the list. Now, losers. What we got going on in losers? Okay, we got one stock that's getting destroyed right now. It doesn't look like it's coming back, but it did all that work from November to December. It goes from $1.50 all the way to a beautiful $3.50. Boom, loses it all in one day. Okay, pharmaceutical stocks. It's not going on the watch list because from looking how the trend of the pre-market and know pharmaceuticals, what we always taught you, they do not come back. All right. So scratch that. X, we already know about it. That party's gone. It's sold. It's over. It's finished. Okay. EDU got a big pop this morning, up about $7, but it's absolutely gone nowhere. So stay away from that. We're already at 9%. Done. NEO, I will put on the list though. I saw NEO this morning, and NEO did get some good volatility, good movement. NEO, just remember, you could trade a lot of shares. It's a very big, popular stock that a lot of people do a lot of scalping on it. There's a 200,000 share seller right now at $9. $9 is big resistance. I'll show it to you right here. You can see that order right there right now at 9. So what is, looks like we got kryptonite right at that price. So, but NEO is a fun stock to trade, and that pretty much nails it with all of them. Got you, biggest loser list. We already knew that was coming. Sing, $9 to $2. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, that's probably some big algorithm that kicked in. All right, so it's a small list. It's 4, and that's what's going to be like this week. Okay, now let me just make a couple of quick announcements. So I know we have a lot of new traders that are joining us this week. This is actually one of the next 2 weeks are probably the 2 most popular weeks for education. So we have classes that come up. We got a lot of events coming up. This is a good time to learn it. The list when we start getting into. Once you start being here, you'll start seeing once January comes around, you'll see the list goes from 4 to like 10. Can't trade them all. There obviously will be a lot more, but the one thing that's good about going into these kind of weeks, if there is something moving, it's usually everyone is going to herd around it. So you'll find a lot more traders trading some stocks. They'll be a little fast moving, slower. And then once people realize there's nothing out there to trade, day traders and swing traders will start veering towards that stock. And that will make the stock into 1s to 2 to 3s to 4 category 4. So be careful, but we will find them early because it always shows up on our radar and we'll spit them out. But remember, this is a trading room, not a teaching room. If you watch it on social media, like I said, we're here live every morning. Just don't forget, just hit the thumbs up, ring the bell, and make sure you follow us. Okay, the 3 most important things you do if you're watching us on social media, right? So don't forget that. And then always take your QR code. You can always scan that QR code and join us live all day long in the trading room. All right, everyone, let's get ready for the market open. We got about a little less than 20 minutes. And if you see something, traders, you say something. All right, everyone, good luck. Happy trading. Be safe. and let's get ready for the market open, all right?